A Alfa Romeo e Valtteri Bottas foram uma das sensações do início da temporada. Infelizmente para o piloto finlandês e para a equipa baseada em Inwil, os últimos grandes prémios não têm sido particularmente favoráveis, mas um upgrade aerodinâmico aqui em Suzuka poderá começar a mudar a história desta segunda parte da temporada da equipa suíça. Valtteri, thanks for taking the time to speaking with us. When you came to Alfa Romeo, you were expecting a tough time. You knew that the team was in the back of the grid. But the beginning of the season gave you the idea that it was a lot better than you thought it was going to be. And then you come to a period in which you go 7 races without scoring a point. Are these last 7 races what you were expecting to have in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, it's true. I think I almost thought it would be vice versa, that it would be not an easy beginning, but hopefully we would work our way to scoring points in the first year together. But yeah, it's been a bit of an opposite, but it's still okay, because I think what was important in the beginning of the year was to get those points results to really motivate the team, and I think already the team is like kind of missing the beginning of the year because of the consistent point scoring results and that feeling it gave. So the team is really motivated, and yeah, this weekend is the first step of trying to get back there with the new parts we have.
New parts, that's something we haven't heard too often here. Is that the biggest issue, that it's unlike the team where you were before, where everything was done on the spot because there was lots of people and a lot of money? Is the production, is the getting out of the new parts the biggest issue, the biggest difference between Alfa Romeo and the top teams?
I would say so, based on what I've felt so far. You know, that this team, it has everything to succeed, but what has been big difference, example to Mercedes, we almost started with the same performance, but they've been able to develop and bring almost every race something new, and we've had a bit of a delay with things, and that becomes mainly from the size of the team and just not having enough work power behind in the production. But we have addressed the issues. We know where we need to improve for the future, and I believe in the future we will be in better shape on that front.
From a personal point of view, you were coming from many years, even at Williams, with 1-year contracts. You come here, you know you're going to be here for the long haul. The team is essentially relying on you for everything. From a mental point of view, how good does that feel? How reassuring is it?
It feels great. I mean, it's nice to have the stability. Nice to have the stability and to be able to work for long term. Like the work I put in now, it's also going to benefit us in the years ahead. And I don't need to, in a way, to fight for my position, and I don't need to waste energy on that. I can just really aim for long term, score points when it's possible, and do my job as best as I can. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it.
We just had Fred going behind you and interrupting us rudely. How good is it to have such a good connection? How important is it for you to have such a good personal connection with the team principal?
It's always important. It's always important to be able to say things straight, discuss everything openly, and there's no need to try and be nice. You know, you can just really say what you think in both ways. So, and I know Fred from such a long time ago when I started in F3, raced for his team, and we also won one title together in GP3, which was nice. So yeah, we have good relationship, and it's so important.
Now that we've done most of the season, you can really feel the difference between this year's cars and the previous generation. These cars are heavier, a little bit. They don't like very much changing direction as the other ones, but on the higher speed corners, you have a lot more downforce than you had in the past. Are these cars more a driver's car or a little bit less than the previous generation?
I would say these cars are a little bit more difficult to drive compared to, let's say, last year. But of course I was in a different team, but it does feel like optimizing the setup is not always so easy. There's more compromises, especially between the the stiffness of the ride versus the gains in downforce you want to have. So it's not an easy car to set up, and to drive, especially in lower speed, is a bit more lazy in a way, mainly because of the weight. But in high speed, it's quite nice. So, but the racing is better, which is I think is nice.
Going back to where we started, those points you scored in the beginning of the season had basically secured the team's P6 in the championship. But last weekend in Singapore, Aston Martin got a lot of points. Do you need a weekend like that for Joe and for you to make sure that you're not going to lose this position? Is that the key, or just scoring points everywhere as you were doing in the beginning of the season?
I think we need some points, any points, either it's one mega weekend or consistently in the points. I think we need some points still to secure it, so that's the motivation now for us, which I believe is possible. With the new bits this race, but also in Austin, I'm sure we can do it.
Finally, let's look ahead at next year already, as this season is 5 races from the end. From what you've seen, from what you've heard, how much progress is it going to be made with next year's car?
There's good progress being made, no doubt, and the team again changed the focus quite early to the future, which is good. And of course, there's with the new regulations, on the floor, that you had to raise the edges of the floor, that compromised performance for everyone, no doubt. But I think the team is recovering well. So yeah, it's been nice to be involved in the future development, and I believe we can make a step.
Thank you for your time and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ficaram aqui as impressões de Valtteri Bottas a confirmar que o início da temporada foi melhor do que ele esperava. Esta segunda parte foi um bocadinho mais aquilo que ele antevia antes de chegar aqui, mas com uma mensagem de optimismo, não só para o final de 2022, mas sobretudo para o próximo ano, onde a equipa aposta forte para entrar no top 5.